I've got to a point with my body where I'm all right. Like if something doesn't fit me in a store, like I'm not going to cry about it, whatever. But it really proved to me that every time we try clothes on, especially if you're bigger and a lot of places aren't made for your body type, or, you know, if you're a size 18, there's kind of a million different versions of a size 18. So, you know, how do you standardize that? We're putting our bodies on trial every single time. And even though I'm okay and my body image is still good, it was a stark difference compared to how amazing I felt. Like I was rocking around in December feeling great about my body in clothes that I'd had for minimum 13 months. And previously I had kind of outsourced all of my body confidence to whatever new item I was wearing, or whatever new item was on my mind that I was going to get. So it felt really nice to reclaim ownership of that. And I've had to keep a really close eye on that as I've gone back to buying. Not even like partly because some things won't fit, but also just because when you're buying clothes, like you're buying them in a merchandised environment where you have a certain idea of what it's going to look like on your body, and there's that newness and that novelty. And that is like, even as a person with great body image now, that's always going to impact like the way you see yourself, and there's going to be a difference between what it looks like in your head to what it looks like on you, or what it looked like on the photo on the model or on the mannequin or hanging in the store, or after its first wash and you've got to iron it yourself, like hasn't been steamed by the store. It's just been really interesting, and I'd never really noticed that tie between buying versus not buying as much as I did when I did that year.
Yeah, that is crazy. And I noticed as well, like this is something I've researched and talk about. When you go into a store and you're one size, and then you're going to another store and you're a completely different size, and how sometimes brands use that in order to mess with you psychologically. Like this, I called it humility sizing. So a lot of brands, they make you feel larger than maybe what you would be compared to a standard size that there was a few years ago. And when we feel like that, it impacts our body image. So then we engage in compensatory spending. So we're just going to buy more to make us feel better because we feel like a bit overweight. We're not adhering to, society standards. And brands do that a lot. I know Zara, a lot of people will say from week to week, there are different sizes in that shop, or they'll buy like a pair of trousers and maybe two trousers in the same store. They have to buy different sizes. Like it's really hard. So yeah, having that relationship with your clothes, and maybe like understanding which is for this is body, which is for that, how you can highlight certain parts of your body you're happy with, and like conceal others with certain styles. I think even like you said, getting really to grips with your wardrobe, what's in there, understanding how you feel in certain styles is so important. And I'm just so grateful that you experienced that like benefit and like that happiness with your body through your wardrobe, because I know I as well, like my weight goes up and down. I've recently quit smoking and I've gained about 10 pounds. And
I mean,
a lot of the things I'm wearing now, they're stretchy. Yeah. Thank you. That was really hard. But I'm starting to wear more stretchier things now. All my structured things are a bit hidden, but we're women. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, we go through so many different things. Like it goes up and down. So it's good to know that you can still have that positive relationship with your body and actually slow down on the shopping and love the things that you have. So I want to move a bit from talking about the wardrobe to talking about budgeting. So you are like, I feel like you're the budgeting queen. I actually wanted to get your take on girl maths and that whole trend that came out. What did you think about it? Were you like super annoyed when you saw it trending? Were you like, oh, all of my hard work undone? Like, how did you feel about it?
Yeah, look, social media daily makes me feel like my hard work is undone. Like I feel like I'm barking into the void, honestly, because you just get so much more engagement when you're talking about buying stuff. But such is the algorithm. Girl math was a hot topic of conversation in the finance sector. I feel like I had like this dual relationship with girl math, because there was, and I think there were sort of two sides of it. Like there was the first sort of side of girl math that was like those kind of silly little if you return something then you get free money, or if you like the ones that are like if you I can't think of any examples, hang on. You know the ones I mean, like
yeah.
Kind of like if you get free
I know
shipping
there was
on
a few
something. then like
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you
Like
spend that
if
was that much is basically free. Yeah.
yeah, precisely. Or if you spend a bit more and then yeah, you get free shipping, like, okay, well, you've balanced that out. Like you bought three instead of the one thing you wanted, but it's free shipping. But even though you spent more than you
Yeah.
needed to.
Like I
Yeah.
felt like that aspect of it, I didn't really mind, like, because I think, I mean, you'll probably know this as well. It's really just like a dimension of mental accounting, like the ways that we will assign
Yeah.
like benefit to things that aren't necessarily benefits, like that sort of like jokey side of like the way that our brains are organizing where money is coming from and whether something is good value or not. That I was a bit like, that's just mental accounting.
Mhm.
That's a fairly normal like psychological brain
Yeah.
quirk that we all have. I think what bothered me is that I
Hmm.
started seeing videos that were like kind of acting like cost per wear calculations were some sort of newfangled thing, even though it's been around for decades. And it would be kind of like, yeah, if you buy
Yeah.
a jacket for $400 and you wear it 10 times, the jacket's $40. And I was like, no, that's not how it works. That doesn't make sense. And like some others like that were,
Mhm.
watch me, come justify purchases with me using girl math. And it like, there are these,
Okay.
these trousers and they're $300, but they're actually down to 150. So I'm actually getting free trousers and I'm making £150. And I'm like, hang on, no, 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 no.
Mm,
And I feel like that's where
yeah.
it bothered me from a behavioral perspective, because we're doing a lot of that justification silently, unconsciously already. That
Mhm.
to verbalize it and
Mm,
normalize it and trivialize it just seemed a bit unhelpful. And
yeah.
it seemed to, I think that there's a bit of a quirk with our generation that if we can meme our way through all the stuff that we're doing that's not good for us, we feel better in the
Yeah.
moment, but we're still doing things that are not
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
conducive to happiness, stability, safety, that kind of thing.